Yinka slams FG for proscribing IPOB, leaving Miyetti Allah untouched. Osun Tribunal orders substituted service on Adeleke. The next paper is the This Day newspaper, and it has it that police assassination plot against ex-speaker Dogara true. Say a suspect has confessed to plan. Disclose further investigation ongoing. At MBA conference, Atiku Obi Shetima decries state of Nigeria, prefers solutions. PDP presidential candidate pledges to unveil draft constitutional amendments on day 1. LP presidential candidate says 2023 election not about tribe, religion, but competence. APC VP candidates will create Lagos experience all over the country. The Daily Trust newspaper, it says 2023 Atiku Shetima Obi prefers solutions to Nigeria's challenges. I'll attract local foreign investments in health, education, ex-VP. You should vote for competence, LP candidate tells citizens. We'll lead our troops to front lines, APC running mates. Also, Shekarau punctures Kwankwaso's claims, leaves supporters guessing. Scores of terrorists killed as NAF jets hit Shekarau's successor's enclave. Daily Trust Foundation inaugurates Media Lab, trains 25 in digital marketing. Again, MPF, PSC clash over constables' recruitment. 2023, how Darius pardon stirs anxiety in Plateau political landscape. FG introduces rotavirus vaccine to avert 111,000 children's deaths. The Nigerian Tribune is up next, and it says at MBA conference, Atiku Shetima Obi X-ray Nigeria's problems, prefer solutions. Atiku unveils plans for phased devolution of power to federating units. Tinubu's government will replicate Borno Lagos wonders, Shetima. 2023 election should not be based on religion, tribe, but character, competence. Also, abducted humanitarian worker released after 20 months in Boko Haram's den. 18 suspected kidnappers arrested in Benue. Murder of Yobe cleric investigation in progress to authenticate identities of suspects. Army. Students call for PPP to fund universities. The next paper is the Punch newspaper, and the Punch says insecurity / economic crisis. Atiku Obi slam FG Shetima, sells Tinubu's candidacy. Everything negative, situation pathetic, worst ever PDP, LP presidential candidates. I will hand over federal varsities to states, says Atiku. Angry youths fault ex-vice president. Nation in disarray, Chimamanda Adichie. Tinubu will hit the ground running, Shetima. Other headlines here. Lawyer sues Buhari others over NDDC management. ASU NEC decides on strike Sunday. Oil firms owe banks 5 trillion naira amid losses, thefts. Also, reps summon TCN over $33 million payments to Gen Co. 570 million naira debts. Contractor to sue Osun over airport. Building collapse. Lagos orders probe police arrests engineer. Olubadan fumes as hoodlums invade palace, disrupt ceremony. Those are the newspaper headlines we have this morning. I'll go on a short break. When I return, I'll introduce my guest and we'll be analyzing these headlines together. Please stay with us. have my guest in the studio, and he's Mr. Mustafa Abdul Malik. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
And welcome to the program.
Welcome.
All right. I think we'd start off with the story that was basically on all of the newspapers, which is the MBA conference that took place in Lagos yesterday. It started yesterday, actually. And then in attendance, we had major stakeholders in the political space right now, talking about the presidential candidates of the Labour Party and that of the PDP. The presidential candidate of the APC was represented by his running mates, Shettima, in the person of Governor Shettima. And then they kind of used the opportunity to outline some of the things that they would do if they are elected into power. Basically, like, should I say, set the ground rolling for their campaign. You heard their speeches, I'm sure, and then we read like snippets of it in some of the headlines. What are your thoughts about all of this?
Well, first of all, we have to commend the Nigerian Bar Association for providing that platform. It's a kind of a big platform, unlike the normal, usual campaign ground whereby politicians will dazzle their supporters and just go like that. This time around, it's a different ball game. It's a gathering of professionals, well-learned lawyers. Well, we commend them. Other professional groups, they should be able to come up with such a forum. Well, it just like you said, it was a kind of a forum whereby, a platform, a podium whereby the frontline presidential aspirant, they have to like come out to tell Nigerians to say, look, this is what we want to do. Starting from former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, whereby he outlined what he had in mind to do for Nigeria, then come to the Labour Party, and then to the ruling party's APC candidate, running mate, Kashim Shettima. Well, they all spoke well. Really, to me, I think the only takeaway from that particular gathering, from all their speeches, is from what transpired about the APC candidate. Because if you observe very well, what he said, look, that in terms of the insecurity, they will lead the troops to the front and fight the terrorists. Well, if you look at it very well, it's like APC is finding it very difficult to campaign because it's a ruling party. As a ruling party, they're supposed to showcase their achievement. But sadly, the economic situation, the insecurity, and whole lots of the crisis that is bedeviling Nigeria at the moment, it's making their campaign very difficult. Aside this, then you have the same fate ticket too. It's counting against them. Well, they're like the presidential candidate of the PDP. It's virtually what he said is what every Nigerian already know. We're already aware of it. Well, but the only thing that I've seen so far that he has said, which is more a kind of a take away point, is how he intends to do it. He said he will attract foreign investment. If you observe very well, Buhari administration is suffering. Even the issue of this dollar, the issue that we're suffering today, is as a result of lack of adequate foreign investment. When foreign investors come, they are bringing in their money. And when they are bringing in their money, they're not bringing naira, they're bringing dollars. And when they bring dollars, we will have surplus of dollars too. It's another way of raising that. So he said so that he would intend to attract foreign investment. Then you have the presidential candidate of Labour Party, Peter Obi. Peter Obi for now is like enjoying a kind of support here and there. So, and to me, he said, and the appeal for Nigerians should look for competence and not to put into consideration ethnicity and religion. That should go beyond that. That 2023 should go beyond that, because if you observe very well, we are suffering issue of lack of leadership, and the two factors that he itemized are the factors that are affecting us from having the kind of leadership that we're supposed to have. The ball now is at the court of Nigerians. As we're about approaching September, by the time we hit the September and INEC lift the ban on campaign, we are going to see more of that.
Exactly. There were other speakers also at the conference, like renowned author Chimamanda Adichie, and then there was something interesting about her speech for me. So there was a competition sort of, and then the prizes to be won, that of the female was set lower than that of the males, and then Chimamanda, she's a feminist, an activist for women and all of that, and she, as Nigerians will call it, she dragged the MBA literally. And then we saw different people, like the governor of Plateau State donating 1 million to be added to the prize money, and then eventually the prize money for that of the female hit about 2 million or so, and then that of the male still remained at 500. That was I think something interesting that happened at the conference for me. So, all right, moving away from the conference, there's a headline which said the NAF, which is the Nigerian Air Force, it is feared that one of their jets had killed the ISWAP leader in Sambisa forest. I don't know if to say this is a good one.
It's a good one. No matter the situation that we're dealing with, whatever that would diminish the potentials or the power of the terrorists to act, it's a celebration. It calls for celebration. Although, if you look at it from the aspect of cost-benefit analysis, that is the cost of the war, it has dragged for too long. By now, we should supposed to put Boko Haram behind and concentrate on some other problem bedeviling us. For instance, we have issue of banditry in Northwest. But as you can see now, you now discover that military has to deploy their asset down to Northeast and as well as Northwest too. Instead of a whole lot, the issue of Boko Haram has dragged for too long. This is about 12 years now or 13 years now that we are dealing with this issue. By now, we're supposed to have put that behind. So if the Nigerian Air Force now decide to bomb their enclave and killed one of their commanders, it's called for celebration. We are calling for more of that. We want to see more of that so that we'll see an end. We are not looking for a situation whereby we continue to drag feet. They say the way we have been dragging. We want an end to the crisis, not something of, say, today they bomb them, tomorrow again, another thing like that. We don't want that. We want an end to it.
I think it's actually commendable on the part of the Nigerian security operatives, yes. All right, the PDP, still on the Wiki and then the Atiku rifts. We are told that Wiki's camp are going in for a meeting. What do you think is going to be the outcome, or what do you suspect that is about?
Well, the fact is that the deed has already been done. The issue of Wiki dilly-dallying here and there, he should just come out. He should be man enough. He has been an outspoken person. He should just come out and unveil what are his plan. If he's going to collapse his own machinery within the PDP into another political party, he should just be man enough to do that. If he's going to support another person and remain inside PDP, I think it's not too. That is not the way a gentleman is supposed to behave. Playing an anti-party within the party is not okay. But if you look at it very well, wholeheartedly, someone will not blame him because he has already stated his own mind regarding his grievances. His grievances started from the primary election of the party, come over to the selection of the running mate, then again, their inability to manage the crisis now snowball into another thing, and he's now calling the condition that his own camp gave is they gave the condition of the party chairman to relinquish his seat for a southern person. Then again, based on what I heard from a source, that he is now saying that, look, if we are going to support the presidential candidate of PDP, what are we going to have in return? Then, based on what I heard, that he stated his demands. So look, we want this so number of ministers, we want so number of ambassadors, and so number. It should be then the PDP now decided to say no, you don't have that power to appropriate that for yourself. That so you see, the whole thing is all about argument here and there. So, but one thing that the non-politicians will tell him is that he should not be too greedy about it, because no matter what the opposition outside PDP now promise him to say, look, we are going to do this for you, it's not the same like a party that he's struggled to build. In the last 7 years, he alone, based on what the PDP members are saying, that he alone, he carried the PDP. When there was nobody to take care of the party secretariat, he took care of the party secretariat, as well as paying the bills of their workers. This is commendable. But he shouldn't shoot himself by playing at the party. What if he play anti-party? At the end of the day, the party still go ahead and win. It means they will deal with him. He should put into consideration that. So he should just, by now, he should come out openly to say, okay, this is what I want. I'm going to remain a party member.
Well, you know, he did that weeks back.
Yeah.
He actually brought down his conditions for him to end the rift, basically. Yeah. And one of those was the removal of the chairman, which is IU. And then there is a headline here that says the PDP is considering Southwest for IU's replacement. So I don't know if that is supposed to.
Well, all those are just speculation, because within some power within the party, they are now saying that, look, the party is inching towards a major crucial election, so it's not advisable to say that, okay, we remove a party chairman now. And if you look at it, it's like both the president. I still believe that the party presidential candidate and Wike themselves, he himself, they should forget about their followers. The two men, they should meet and discuss. There's nothing that is beyond discussion. There's nothing that cannot be resolved on the table of negotiation. It's about give and take. They should negotiate and reach amicable end to this rift, because APC is a ruling party. APC is the major party they are going to face in 2023. A formidable ruling party should, an opposition should consider the power of a formidable ruling party instead of all this they are doing. By now, they should have put their house together and look and said, look, we are facing a major battle ahead. Instead of all this in-house fighting, they should just put that behind.
All right, moving on, still on insecurity issues. Yesterday, we saw in the news that there was a plot against ex-speaker Dogara, and then the police have come out today to confirm that a suspect has confirmed this to be true. What do you think about these events that are unfolding?
Well, first of all, you know, we are in political era. Once it's approaching political era like this, you see assassination, death here and there. Then good that the former speaker Yakubu Dogara, on his own, he decided to petition the IGP to say, look, my life is at threat, and he mentioned the names of persons, and now the police are now saying that, look, we have arrested a suspect, and the suspect it's something that is true. Well, we commend Nigerian police for acting based on the petition and acting quickly. Because instead of that it will lead to a situation whereby we record the life of a former speaker, we thank God that we commend them that, look, they acted promptly and be able to apprehend someone behind it. Well, politicians, they should just, for now, we don't even know the detail, whether it's his rival. We don't know, but based on what the petition said, he mentioned names of persons that from his own background in Tafawa Balewa in Bauchi. Probably it's a kind of a local politics within their localities there, or it's a politics within Bauchi State. We don't know, but we just have to commend the Nigerian police. Yeah,
on different fronts, actually, the Nigerian the security operatives generally, both the army, the police, we've been seeing a lot of good news lately, as much as insecurities here and there, but they've been doing their best, and we commend them.
The fact about security is that oftentimes we look towards the authorities, we look towards police and the army and like that, but at times these security challenges, it comes from the people. You understand? Just like Yakubu Dogara issue now, you now discover that some persons probably they have some kind of misunderstanding somewhere behind politics, and although we don't have the details now, you now discover that somebody is now planning to say, okay, he want to go after another person's life, which is a security problem. We are now creating problem for ourselves. And then at the end of the day, we'll now turn to the security men to say, although it's their constitutional duty to make sure that they protect lives of every citizen. You understand? But Nigerians on their own too, we should try to like avoid issues that could cause insecurity. By the time we create insecurity, we are now like putting ourselves in danger. That is one thing that we must all know. And then again, every Nigerian should be vigilant. We are in a very terrible time whereby the so-called bad people that are outside there, they are human beings too. They are not like aliens. They are like us too. So if by the time if we are vigilant, we will be able to preempt some of the problem from coming into fruition.
Exactly. All right, those are the news we have this morning. My name is Double Gift, and I've had Mr. Mustafa Abdul Malik with me. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Please join us tomorrow and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are Aspheric TV on YouTube. Also follow us on all of our social media platforms. On Instagram and Twitter, we are Aspheric News, and on Facebook, we are official Aspheric News. Thanks for watching. Bye.